First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakah, Kwadash. Yahweh is the name of who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahawashi is the name of who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashim means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kwadash means holy. And that's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today's lesson, I wanted to go into how, as the title says, don't let worldly problems bother you. Remember, Yahawashi is coming back. Okay, and this is a mentality, right, the elect are going to have, right, that you need to have in order to get by on your day-to-day activities, right, in order to get by in this world, right, and stay intact. You have to remember where you're doing this for. And you have to remember at all times that Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi is coming back, okay? And once you're in that mindset, right, you're ultimately liberated, right? You can't be held down by this place because you realize that this place is temporary, okay? A lot of people, they suffer because they feel like this place is going to go on forever, right? That right now, it's not going good, right? And that they have to figure it out fast, right? They have that feeling of just being constantly held down by this place, okay? Because the expectation this world puts you in is that if you don't do this, and this, you're a loser, right? If you're not a multimillionaire, you're a loser, okay? Right? But what this truth does, right, is that it liberates you from that expectation, okay? Because you realize that everything about life, right, the whole purpose of life is not to make it in this society, right? But it's to receive salvation. And once you start moving according to that mindset, okay, the normal problems you go through on a day-to-day basis, they don't faze you anymore, right? Like the brother over there in Chicago, forgot his name, he was saying one time, right? If your girl leaves you, hey, Yahawashi coming back. If they drop you from your job, you get fired, Yahawashi coming back, right? If your car breaks down, Yahawashi is coming back. Right, that's our solution to everything is Yahawashi is coming back, right? Because it puts you in that mentality of this is all temporal, right? And it's gonna reach an end, okay, here soon, right? That's our hope and why we move like we move, why we're no longer stressed about meeting the expectations of other people, because we understand this place it's not gonna go on forever, right? It's temporary. But let's get 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, "But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" Right, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, so knowing that this place is gonna get destroyed, right? What are you supposed to be doing? Where's your mind supposed to be occupied in? Okay, the answer to that is the scriptures, as it says in Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Right, you have to meditate in this word day in and day out, and then your way is gonna be prosperous. Right, but for the first thing is, hey, meditating on this word, right, and being in that mindset of fuck this place, right. No matter what happens to me, remembering always that Yahawashi is coming back, and that's gonna put you in the right perspective and realize that this shit does not matter, right. This is the condition of the battle. We know that, as it says in Ecclesiastic chapter 2 and verse 1, right. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when we get chastised, when things happen to us, right, we have to remember that this is our rite of passage, right? This is that path, the straight gate that we have to go through, okay? And when you go through those situations, just remember, Yahawashi is coming back, okay? And you'll get in the right spirit, right? But because that's what it's all about, is being in the right spirit, okay? Because you can be doing all these works, right? You can be following the law. Okay, you can be doing the best you can at the law, but if your faith, right, if your mind is not correct, ultimately you're through, because that's what it's about, is your mindset. Okay, are you serving Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi in being humble and meek, right? With love. Or are you just doing this just to do something, just to be a part of a group? Okay? It's all about the mindset. And like it says here, man, knowing that this place is going to get destroyed, what mindset are you supposed to be in? What are you supposed to be doing day in and day out, right? And the mindset we're supposed to be in is ready to leave this place, right? As it says in Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, arise ye and depart, right? For this is not your rest, because it will destroy you with the sore destruction, right? It is polluted, okay? Because everything that Babylon the Great, America pushes is death, right? It's a death culture, right? Completely engulfed in sin, right? And if you're part of the world, if you strive to receive glory in this world, right, it's gonna come with your destruction, right? Because it's about impossible to receive to meet the expectations people want you to get to, right? It's about impossible here because there's so many scenarios and things that can happen. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's difficult, right? And on that road to success, right, the white picket fence, like people put it out to be, hey, you got to do a couple things to get up there, right? As they say, people don't talk about how they make the first million because a lot of people, they sold out and they were in all types of witchcraft, demonic stuff, homosexual acts, right? Just look at the people up top. All those people making music, right? Basketball players, they all sold out, okay? But ultimately, it's because they didn't know Yahawashi and Yahawashi. They weren't in the right mindset, and they were attached to this place, okay? Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14. It says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, right? And that's ultimately what we're doing day in and day out, right? Through this word is we're becoming stronger in the spirit, right? And weakening the flesh. When we read, when we make videos, right? When we understand truly what we're dealing with, the spirit is strengthened and the flesh is weakened. Okay, and part of that is realizing, like I've been saying, right? You got to disconnect from this place spiritually, right? And you got to let go of those mortal thoughts, right? Those things that come up out of nowhere, right? Your problems, you got to let go of them, right? Let go of them because, as it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and make and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evil than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay, so stop worrying about your rent. Not saying you shouldn't be doing something to pay it, right? We obviously have to make ends meet, right? But your whole mind is not supposed to be occupied on that, okay? You're not supposed to be engulfed, right? Fully just worrying, right? Stressing out about your daily necessities, okay? Because if you do that, you're going to lose focus of what really matters, right? Which is the word. But also, like it says, right, let go from the immortal thoughts because, hey, shit's about to get even harder, right? And in these times we're coming into, you're going to have to, right? You're going to have to be in that right mindset or else you're going to get destroyed, okay? And that's what I'm going into today is mindset, right? Like the title says, don't let worldly problems bother you. Remember, Yahawashi is coming back, and that applies for everything we go through. All problems you're going through, always remember Yahawashi is coming back and it's going to come to an end, right? This place is not going to go on forever. It's going to come to an end. And that should bring a sort of peace upon you, okay? Because you realize that, hey, this story doesn't end with me losing if I have faith. In opposite, hey, I'm winning, right? Even though it doesn't seem like I'm winning right now, in reality, those that have faith and are doing the right thing, these are the true winners in life. Fuck that Lamborghini, fuck the Ferrari, fuck all the money. That's all vain, right? When you perish, hey, you don't when you die, you don't take your money. You don't take your PS5. It's just your spirit, right? And you come back and receive your judgment for the things you've done in your previous life, right? So when you really understand that, hey, what matters is your deeds, right? Your works. And that goes by faith, right? Are you a man of God? Are you doing the right thing? Are you following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, right? These are the things that truly matter. And that comes with the mindset, which only the elect are at the end of the day are going to have that mindset, okay? Let's get John chapter 8 and verse 31. It says, Then said Yahawashi to those Jews which believed on him, If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Okay, and that's what I'm going over today, is that this truth has set us free, from the bounds of this world, right? Because when we were lost, when we didn't know this, right, all we thought is, damn, how am I going to get rich? How am I going to become a multi-millionaire? Right? How am I going to escape the matrix? Okay, that's what we used to think. Okay, because all we knew was the world, right? We didn't see another way out but to make it in this world. But through this word, right, through knowing the prophecies, knowing what's going on, knowing why everything is going on, right, it liberates you because you realize that everything we're going through right now has been written, and that it comes to an end. Like I'm saying, it comes to an end. And that if you have faith, right, you beat the matrix, you beat the system, you beat this world, right? And that's a true winner, is receiving salvation. That's a true winner. Okay, so when it says that this truth shall set you free, it sets you free from everything that this world once had you attached to, right? Your worldly desires. You realize that shit doesn't matter. This place is gonna get fucking burned. Okay, what does it matter if I'm a boxer if this place is gonna get burned in a couple years, right? Nuclear destruction. What does it matter about being a singer, a rapper, a multi-millionaire, when all those things, they can't save me? As it says, right, in that day, gold and silver shall be thrust in the streets, shall be as nothing. It's not gonna be worth anything because people are gonna be worrying about surviving. And when you put that in perspective, right, when you really truly put that in perspective, you realize that the word is the most valuable thing in this earth, and that's what you should be focusing on. Okay, and it goes back to the point, right? When you're going through all your daily problems and things are happening in your world, and you're just distraught, man, you're just in the world, man, just completely distracted, you gotta go back and remember Yahawashi is coming back, and that's what truly matters. This is all temporary. And like it says, right, this is just a light affliction compared to the eternal glory that we're going to receive. Okay, and those spirits, those scriptures, they comfort us, right? They comfort us because it puts you in a humble state, right? It makes you realize the mission and brings you back to that purpose. Why am I doing this, right? What's going on in the world right now, right? It makes you realize that, as they say, right, we're seeing the end times, and it's right there. So stop worrying about bullshit and just focus on the word, right? There's going to reach a point where, hey, as it says, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season thou shalt reap and have abundance, but others shall be sorrowful, right? So remember that everything you're doing right now is going to pay off, right? And this is the true gold of these coming times, is his word and this work that you're doing. Let's get one more scripture, though. Two more scriptures. Mark chapter 4. Right? Because Satan's whole job is to distract you. This is Mark chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. And this is the point. No, the point is down here, the other condition, right? There's 4 scenarios you're going to fall into when you hear the word, right? And it goes into this. But the point, right, the scenario I wanted to go into today starts at verse 18. It says, And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it become unfruitful, right? And that's what we're going into today, is that if you focus too much on these worldly problems, ultimately it's going to choke the word, right? And it's going to become unfruitful. You're going to lose sight of what's really important. Right? And you're going to get sifted. You're going to go back to your old ways and go back to the world, right? Because you got distracted, right? Because you were in that true mindset that the elect are supposed to be in, is that in that true mindset of, hey, fuck this place, right? This place has nothing good to offer me. I need to focus on the Lord, okay? But if you're not in that mindset and you're worrying about this and that, ultimately, as it says, the cares of this world, they're choking the word. It's distracting you, right? It's making you lose sight of what's really important, okay? And, hey, There's only four, like I said, when you hear this word, there's four things that are going to happen. And Mark chapter 4 goes into that, right? 11 to like the 20th verse, right? Four conditions you're going to fall into. And you want to be, verse 20, right? That word that fell on that good ground and produced fruit, right? That's the only one. That's the one we're supposed to be striving for, is to be in this word diligently, doing the right thing, serving the Lord, and bringing forth fruit, right? Because as it says, you shall know a tree by the fruit that it beareth, right? That it produces. Okay, you can tell what kind of man a person is by what he does. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly shalt thou see his destruction, and shall tread upon his neck. Right? So suffer patiently, right? Being patient is long suffering, right? To wait is to suffer. Okay, so suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, right? All these temptations, these trials, these tribulations that you're going to have to go through, right? You're going to have to. It's not a if or a but, nah, right? You're going to have to go through troubles, right? Suffer patiently whatever you go through, right? And just wait, because surely, we're going to receive our salvation. Surely everything that you're doing, you're going to see why it was important. When we reach Jacob's trouble, we reach these end times, and you see that people are struggling to find food, to find water, but you're over here with just abundance, right? Of food, water, alcohol. Then you're gonna realize, damn, everything I worried about in the world, that shit did not mean anything, right? I'm grateful that while everything seemed normal, I was working. I'm grateful that Yahawashi gave me the spirit and I was locked in. Okay? Because like I've been saying, right? The truth is what truly matters. Right? The truth is what is going to matter in these end times. Right? As it says in Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Right? And the fear of the Lord is his treasure. What is this word of knowing what's going on? That's a treasure, right? And it's a lively hope, right? As it says, those that believe on me, out of their stomach shall living waters flow. Roughly paraphrasing, right? When we meditate on these words, it comforts us, right? Because it puts us in a proper perspective that this is all temporary. Okay, when you move like that, right? You move with that mindset of, this shit doesn't matter, right? It is what it is. Right, it is what it is. Right, this is Yahawashi's will. When you realize we have no free will, right, this is all happening for a reason. And that the Lord is coming back, you ain't got nothing to worry about. that completely wipes your mind, right? It puts you in that clean slate, and it keeps you pushing, right? And this is ultimately why we keep pushing, is because we have something to push for, right? You have all these people in the world that are completely through, right, depressed. Right, because they don't have purpose, right? They've realized that the system, everything it pushes is just, it doesn't help you, right? It's worthless. Okay, working your 9 to 5s, trying to go up that ladder, right, in the world, right? It's worthless, and ultimately on the way up that ladder, right, you're just gonna become older, sicker, get destroyed more, right? And it's just gonna lead to your death. You're never gonna reach the top, right? With this system we're put in, working these 9 to 5s, it's not meant for you to become successful millionaire. No, it's meant for you to be a slave, to keep working that machine, right? Keep working that machine. You're just a knob in that machine. And once that knob goes out, they throw it out and put in another one, okay? And that, that's why these people are just offing themselves, right? Because they don't have nothing to work for, and they're realizing the nature of this beast system. But those that have heard this word, we've been set free from this mentality. And now we understand that this shit does not matter. Yahawashi is coming back. Okay? So hopefully this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to your elect. Shalom. Stay hard.